designed as a real workday.
Well, they're going to be following job hazard analysis. They're going to be following a safety protocol. They're on timelines. They had to come up with a bill of material and a budget.
Fresno County CTE, ROP, the Central California Builders Exchange, and industry partners like Swinnerton Construction help put this on.
I love the enthusiasm, the excitement of the students, the kids entering a workforce, a career that's going to set them up down the road and for life.
Before the first nail was hammered, students spent months planning and working on their design.
We chose to build a ticket booth for our school just because that's something that we have been lacking.
There were 7 teams, 6 representing their high school, and 1 team made up of young ladies from different schools, different programs.
It was very nerve-wracking that we had very little time to work, but it was very exciting being able to be a part of this and getting amazing skills.
All the teams had mentors from the industry, people to support them and encourage them.
We mentor, we support, and we encourage our sisters to become leaders in the industry, the construction industry. And that's the same thing we're going to do here today with these young ladies.
At the end of day 3, the designs were now buildings with their own unique style. Clovis High School took home the top prize, some students walking away with job offers, all leaving with a sense of pride.
I want people to look at that, and I don't want them to say, oh, a high school kid built that. I want them to say, wow, that was built by a high school student.
For Education Matters, I'm Juanita Stevenson, KSEE 24, local news that matters.
The West Hills Community College District has changed the names of 2 Valley campuses. West Hills College Coalinga, that's now going to be called Coalinga College. And West Hills College Lemoore will now be known as Lemoore College. Along with these new names, each campus now also having a new slogan. So Coalinga College's new slogan is Better Tomorrow Begins Here. And over at Lemoore College, new slogan is Flex Your Future. Well, in the North Valley this week, UC Merced students have the opportunity to prepare for the commencement ceremony at a grad fair. Well, tomorrow and Thursday, there's a one-stop place for students to get any sort of information on the tickets, parking, and their caps and gowns. It's going to run from 9 till 5 both days at the university's conference center, and the graduation ceremonies will take place next month. Well, coming up on KSEE 24 Midday, we have the latest details on what exactly this is and how you can partake in it coming up.
After my accident, the insurance company only offered me $500,000.
If you've been in an accident and suffered a serious injury, you need to get an attorney that will help you get what you deserve.
Call BD&J today at 1-800-820-1111.
Do you suspect a hidden leak in your home, pool, or spa's plumbing? Call American Leak Detection. We invented our exclusive leak detecting equipment over 40 years ago and have the experience to find any leaks and fix them too. While other plumbing companies state they do leak detection only to upsell you an expensive repipe of your entire plumbing system, American Leak Detection repairs just what's required, saving you time, money, and water. And we're the nation's leader in finding and repairing spa and pool leaks. American Leak Detection. Call or visit our website.
SJVC has been training students to hit the ground career ready for over 40 years. Gain the confidence you need to succeed. It's more than book learning. You'll train hands-on using the tools you'll find in the field from instructors who've actually done the job. A certificate or degree from SJVC prepares you to step out and start your career and do it all faster and more affordably than you think. Go to sjvc.edu and discover how you can become career ready with SJVC.
What I love about Me and Ed's Pizza is their golden layered crust, handmade and cooked in a fire brick oven. You see these bubbles? Oh, that's the good stuff. I can't be held responsible for the noises I'm about to make.
Me and Ed's, a better way to pizza.
Have you ever seen the Drew Barrymore show?
I like it.
I love to have fun. I love to be silly. You guys know how to make a lady feel welcome.
You seem to create this show that is unbelievably candid, vulnerable, and authentic. It's so unusual. Thank you for making it.
I just have to say that you're amazing. I came in and I was sort of in like press mode, and then just you sharing that, and I felt like just an immediate connection, and like the press walls kind of dropped, and then it was just like a human moment.
This whole show, this whole thing is such your personality. It's warm and kind.
Which is exactly what I was going for.
It is so damn good.
I love it. I love it.
This is the best chat show ever.
Weekdays at 4 p.m. on KSEE 24. For 11 years, Chief Meteorologist AJ Fox has been certified most accurate by Weather Rate, an independent agency rating every forecast every day. Don't trust any source. Trust AJ Fox every day on KSEE 24, your local weather authority.
I didn't get the job.
Who knew that when we let a gringo in the family that he'd be the poor one? There'll always be a half Mexican, half Cuban Dominican who, if the lighting is right, can pass for Armenian.
Lopez versus Lopez returns tonight on NBC and Peacock.
You are the weakest link. Who showed up to the Battle of the Brains unarmed? You know how they say you'll look back at this and laugh? I don't think you will.
Weakest Link returns tonight on NBC and Peacock.
Well, happening today, one of Las Vegas's oldest resorts officially closing its doors for good. It's the Tropicana, and it ends its more than 65 years of operation at noon. Workers will continue to receive the benefits through the union's severance package. And this hotel is set to be demolished come October. When it's placed, the new Oakland A's Stadium will be built. Well, Planters is looking to hire drivers for its Nutmobile. Well, the peanut company is looking for about 3 people to travel in a one-of-a-kind 26-foot-long vehicle and attend celebrations and festivals across the country. It's actually for 1 year, so if you have nothing to do for a year, I would hop on it. Well, the job starts in June. If you're interested or someone you know, just submit a resume, your cover letter, and a 60-second video explaining why you're the perfect fit for the job. You have till April 14th, though, on the website bepeanutter.com. I think it sounds like a fun job for a year, just saying. Coming up on KSEE Midday. All right, the time is now our next half hour, our Remarkable Women Show. We are set to chat with the 4 finalists who are making a difference in our community. Stay tuned. It's going to be a lot of fun.
This is the place I love. There's nowhere better than the place I'm from. Yeah, this is where my world goes round. I've got my local on. The Central Valley is where I belong. KSEE 24 is where I go. Turn it on and it feels right. Yeah, it feels like home. I've got my local on.
Let's see if AAA can take us somewhere fun. Let's go somewhere sandy. Let's go somewhere magical. But first, let's get this fixed.
AAA, your membership to go.
After a car accident, beware of insurance companies bearing small checks. You may feel pressured to settle too soon and for too little money. Choose Jacoby & Myers. We've turned low insurance offers into big settlements. Jacoby & Myers, because everyone deserves justice.
I have moderate to severe Crohn's disease. Now there's Skyrizi.
Things are looking up. I've got symptom relief. Control of my Crohn's means everything to me. Control is everything to me.
Feel significant symptom relief at 4 weeks with Skyrizi, including less abdominal pain and fewer bowel movements. Skyrizi is the first IL-23 inhibitor that can deliver remission and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. And the majority of people experienced long-lasting remission at 1 year.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to. Liver problems may occur in Crohn's disease.
Now's the time to ask your gastroenterologist how you can take control of your Crohn's with Skyrizi.
Control is everything to me.
Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Sometimes all you need to get the party started is a little help from your friends. Everyone's invited to Pixar Fest at the Disneyland Resort for a celebration of friendship and beyond you won't want to miss, starting April 26th.
Hey, let's go somewhere fun with AAA. Let's go for a night on the town. No kids. Let's go for a weekend away. Okay, let's bring the kids. But first, Let's get this fixed.
AAA, your membership to go.
Now YourCentralValley.com pros who know.
For thinning hair and hair loss, discover hair regeneration at Madge Medical Clinic, the Valley's most experienced regenerative medical clinic. Call us today for an appointment.
For more expert advice, go to YourCentralValley.com/pros who know.
This is Remarkable Women.
Well, welcome to our 2024 Remarkable Women Special. Thank you so much for joining us this half hour. I'm Taryn Mitchell. Well, over the next half hour, we're going to celebrate 4 very special women here from the Central Valley who've just made a significant contribution to our local community. And later, one of these women will receive a $1,000 donation to the nonprofit organization of their choice. We will also move on to the regional semifinals over in Los Angeles, where they will also be celebrated. There are a total of 5 semifinalists who will move on to the national finals and will feature in a 60-minute primetime program that will air in 114 stations across the country. Well, the winner will also receive a $10,000 for their chosen nonprofit. Well, first off, we start by celebrating Shelly Haynes. Shelly is a unique, treasured educator who served the community for 23 years. She's breaking just so many barriers when it comes to access to education, making it so even those in tougher situations can get that high school diploma. Our Catherine Phillips shares her special story.
Our students come in with so many barriers, and our staff is here to help students get over those barriers.
Inside the art room at the Fresno location of the Learn for Life Charter School, Shelly Haynes explains her perspective on what it means to help every single student succeed.
This program has something for everyone. Students are not one size fits all, and neither should their education be.
Haynes is the California Superintendent of Learn for Life Charter High Schools. It's a unique school that helps students with unique circumstances. Students include everyone from teen mothers and fathers to students who have dropped out, been involved in gangs, or gone through traumatic events, and now need specialized guidance and support. Haynes says they can even go as far to help provide diapers for students' babies, a cause that's close to her heart.
I have some experience with this. I was a teen mom. I had a baby at 18, and so I understand and can recognize when things are more difficult, when you have a baby or a toddler at home, and so that gives me a unique lens to understand the impact that this program has.
She says Learn for Life is free for students to attend, but they can still provide many more resources than traditional public schools. With less students, Haynes says educators can focus on personalizing their education and getting them direct support when needed. Haynes says her goal is to help her students be successful when they leave Learn for Life, whether that's going back to a traditional school, a trade, or even college. She says graduating helps them not only provide better for themselves, but helps them add value to our community.
So we just make sure to provide whatever they need to get to the finish line. And so for some kids, that might be a package of diapers. And so we try to find those avenues that are individual for each student to let them get to their success.
Catherine Phillips, KSEE 24, local news that matters.
Wow, just an amazing story right there. Now, she's actually here with us now, Shelly, and she was nominated by Catherine Quintanilla. Now, I have to ask you, I was rewatching this morning and actually do an education segment here locally. I have to ask you, how did this go from start to finish, everything you've done with, the local community and education?
Gosh, well, I had a unique start, which I mentioned in the segment, that I was a teen mom. I had a child at 18. And I had the opportunity of having a supportive family, supportive parents, and I wanted to make sure that our students have that same opportunity. And they don't all have, the resources or support at home, so I want to make sure that they have the same support and be able to see career goals and job goals and raise families and do some of the things that I was very fortunate to be able to do.
I love that you have this, open mindset. And I think the one thing sometimes folks forget is, we're all born with different opportunities. So what is something you would say to someone that maybe doesn't understand why you lend that helping hand to people?
Well, I would say everybody deserves not maybe one chance, but 2, 3, and we like to say that we give our students, 15 chances if that's what you need. Come into our school, Learn for Life. We'd love to be able to find out what some of those barriers are and help you get over those barriers, and so that they can choose success.
And what is just overall the importance? We never stop learning, right? The older we get, and why is it so important to help people at that critical age with their education?
Well, I'm a lifelong learner too. I learn for life. I'm definitely a learn for life for a lifer. I'm also still in school, and I just think that is the gateway for me that has opened so many doors. And I want to be able to provide the same open doors for kids. And a lot of times our kids feel like those doors have been closed based on barriers, and they're not closed. They just need maybe a little support to open some of those doors. And we have a phenomenal team at Learn for Life, and we can help them open those doors.
Awesome. Shelley, thank you so much. You're just such an inspiration. Again,
thank
it's
you.
Someone anybody can look up to here in the Central Valley. Well, Shelley, then again, thank you. So let me introduce you to one remarkable woman making an impact on our community. We'll be right back on the other side of the break. We have 3 awesome ones as well. Stick with us. Thank you.
For 11 years, Chief Meteorologist AJ Fox has been certified most accurate by Weather Rate, an independent agency rating every forecast every day. Don't trust any source. Trust AJ Fox every day on KSEE 24, your local weather authority. Winter weather can cause serious, dangerous damage to your AC system. Monarch Home Services is offering AC tune-ups for only $69. Book now to make sure your system is safe as the weather starts getting hot. Offer ends soon. Monarch Home Services. Keep home comfortable.
I got hurt in a car accident. Give me one good reason why I should call the Law Brothers.
How about 3 great reasons you should call us? 1, it's easy. You never even have to leave your house. 2, it's fast. We can start helping you today. 3, the results. We've helped thousands of people get great settlements. Just listen to this.
I called the Law Brothers after my accident, and they got me $1.25 million.
We're the Law Brothers.
Call 1-800-222-2222 or visit lawbrothers.com.
Rev up your engines. The Tulare Chamber of Commerce is thrilled to announce the return of Cars on K. Join us April 6th from 9 till 2 for a day of classic and custom cars, vendors, food, and fun in downtown Tulare. To register a car or sponsor this popular event, call 559-686-1547 or visit TulareChamber.org. Come be a part of the excitement. Cars on K, Saturday, April 6th from 9 till 2 in downtown Tulare. Brought to you by the Tulare Chamber of Commerce.
The Fresno County Historical Society doesn't just preserve the past, we bring it back to life through photos and stories that connect us all. Your membership allows us to capture and share history every day. Join now at valleyhistory.org/membership.
KSEE 24 and the Valley Cam Network. Keep an eye on the Central Valley with live, unparalleled views of your community. Witness what's unfolding around the valley. Stay informed, stay connected with the Valley Cam Network, powered by Eagle Mountain Casino. Nominate an exceptional local educator at yourcentralvalley.com/educator of the week. Highlighted educators receive classroom supplies and honor wall recognition. Watch their stories Wednesday at 5 on KSEE 24. Educator of the Week, brought to you by our local partners. Winter weather can cause serious, dangerous damage to your AC system. Monarch Home Services is offering AC tune-ups for only $69. Book now to make sure your system is safe as the weather starts getting hot. Offer ends soon. Monarch Home Services. Keep home comfortable.
Join KSEE 24 on Secure Your ID Day, Saturday, April 20th at Clovis West High School. Bring your documents for free, on-site shredding, protect your identity, and show support for the environment. Sponsored by KSEE 24 and these great partners.
KSEE 24 News is brought to you by Fiesta Auto Insurance and Tax Service. This is Remarkable Women.
Well, next we introduce you to Mary Haskin. She is the Executive Director of the Fresno Police and Neighborhood Watch. And as our Emily Irwin explained, she's made it her mission to keep you safe at home.
Where did you ride your bike and fall down? I did fall, but not here.
For Mary Haskin, these streets are very familiar because this is where she grew up.
I'd ride up that street right over there, and I had a friend that lived in the corner.
And she still lives here today in her same childhood home.
It's weird that as I get older that I'm that person going, I remember when.
And Haskin does remember when her neighborhood was a bit different.
No kids playing at the park when I used to play in that park all the time, and so that was the first thing I noticed. After that, I started to notice on the perimeter maybe the decline of the area.
That stark change, along with an empty nest, ignited her passion for improving her neighborhood. First, she contacted the local police to see if her neighborhood had a neighborhood watch group.
They said we had one street smack dab in the middle of the block that was activated or official, but that was it. And I thought, well, what about my street? What about all these other streets in here? I told them I wanted to activate my whole block. They said that was pretty ambitious. I said, you have no idea.
Haskin was successful in activating virtually every street in her neighborhood. And when the founder of the Neighborhood Watch program stepped away, she was asked to step in. The program is now known as the Fresno and Police Neighborhood Watch. It operates as a starting point for neighbors to form their own groups and a resource for them to go to for help, guidance, and neighborhood services.
People don't realize how powerful that they actually are. One person can make a difference. One person can start a chain reaction.
Under Haskin's leadership, it's grown from just a few participating neighborhoods to more than 130. The program has become a powerful crime prevention unit, leading to actual arrests and significant change. But what Haskin celebrates even more is the idea of neighbors helping neighbors.
We all need to take ownership and responsibility for our places. It can't be everybody else is gonna fix it. We have to fix it.
Emily Irwin, KSEE24, local news that matters.
All right, well, I am joined by Miss Mary here right now. Now, I have to ask you, I was rewatching this story today, and I think it's so cool how you were in your childhood home and you were able to see all this. So how did that sort of play an impact with keeping communities safe for you?
I moved back into my childhood home, inherited it from my parents before they passed away, but started to see changes. And the biggest thing I saw was no kids playing on the street, when I used to play on the street all the time. I used to go to the park and play in the park, and that was a huge change. And I thought, what's going on? And started noticing some differences, and I thought, you know, I can sell and move north, but then what happens when all the really great people that care about their neighborhood leave? And I thought, nope, I'm digging my heels in, and I'm gonna take care of my neighborhood.
Take care of your neighborhood. And I think that's such a good point. And the point is to also just get kids outside nowadays, like from our generation. And it's keeping them safe. So hopefully they will pass that on to their kids and their families. So talk to me a little bit why it's so important to keep the local community that we live in safe from harm's way.
Well, in my own personal experience, we did have some changes in my neighborhood that were not desired. We had some significant criminal activity, which was shocking to us. But through that, we learned how to collaborate with law enforcement. We learned how to collaborate with city council and all the city agencies out there. That's why they exist, to help us make our neighborhoods safer and more beautiful. And so through learned experience, we learned how to protect our neighborhood and each other. And I thought, what about other neighborhoods that don't have people like my neighbors? And so that's where the spark was lit, and it's now we're here.
It's going to keep being a light. I want to ask you, how would you want this legacy to live on for future generations with keeping just anybody safe?
Well, I'm following our amazing founder, Roz Clark. So if people aren't familiar with her, they should definitely look her up. She was an amazing female role model before girl power was a thing. And she dedicated her life to the community. And so it's humbling to follow her. But if I can inspire other people to care about their neighborhood and their community, maybe a little bit at a time, we can make a huge change together in Fresno.
I think it starts exactly what you've done. You've done an amazing job. So thank you again for everything. And you continue to do.
Thank
and
you.
again, she was nominated by Cheyenne Guller as well. So thank you so much for all the work you do.
Thank you.
So next up, we want to introduce you to Katie Zenovich. Well, this remarkable women nominee is a local philanthropist who's made it her mission to help people work out through their community health system. Our Karen Cruz Odunya shares this impactful story.
Katie Zenovich has been a pillar in the healthcare system in the Central Valley. She is the Senior Vice President for Development and External Affairs at Community Health System and has a mission.
We take care of everybody. We do that as part of our mission. And those patients receive care in hopes that we put them on a path for healthiness.
For the last 25 years, Zenovich has contributed to the future of healthcare in a positive way. She helped fundraise $20 million and established Community Cancer Institute back in 2018, giving patients access to treatments and resources, as there was a problem in the past.
So anybody and everybody who needs to be treated. They don't have to go somewhere else now. They don't have to drive that 4 hours north or south to find the best. Actually, believe it or not, people from those areas are coming here, and the doctors there are sending them here because we have the latest, greatest technology, experts, data, research, treatments. So we're fixing a problem.
That is not the only thing she did. She had a vision, a hospitality home for families of patients at Community Regional Medical Center. That's where Terry's house was born.
Here's this big businessman, and we're at the top floor of his big business office, and he gets tears in his eyes. And he says, well, Terry's my brother. And I said, your brother? He said, when we were young, we had a car accident. And my brother Terry was thrown from the car, and he landed on his head, and he was in a trauma center in another state, but very much like the one you have at Community Regional. And my mom would not want to leave his side. And we lived 50 miles away. And she'd pile us in the car, and we'd drive up to stay with Terry as long and as often as we could. And so that's what I really think we should do. I don't want anybody else to have to live through that.
The philanthropist says these accomplishments were never about her, but for those who are in need of health care, no matter who they are or where they come from. Karen Cruz Orduña, KSEE 24, local news that matters.
Well, Katie is joining us now live, and she was nominated by Kate Johnson. Now, I have to ask you, where did this courageous attitude stem from to do all this for the Central Valley?
You know, had to start somewhere. I think that when you see a need and you know within you that you can do something about it, you got to go for it. And that's pretty much how I'm made. I know that I have a lot of good people in this community alongside of me, and they want to see this community bettered. And how do we do that? Well, I match someone who has the desire and the means with the need. And then all of a sudden, people who are sick or injured or maybe have suffered a major trauma have better health care because someone has invested in them. They might not even know who they are, but I get to be the person who's put it together to make that magic happen.
And it's truly magic. And I want to ask you, healthcare is something that impacts us all in one way, shape, or form or another.
Everyone.
Everybody. You know, why is it important to just lend that helping hand and make it accessible for people here?
You know, everybody, when the chips are down and they're in need of health care, they turn to us, and we want to provide them the best possible thing. And the cost of it shouldn't be a barrier. The access to it shouldn't be a barrier. Healthcare, if you don't have your health, then what do you have? You can't enjoy the rest of your life if you really don't have your health. That's the crux of it. And so my job, you know, it's not about me. It's about making sure that things are available to people, making sure that healthcare in our valley is the best possible health care for everyone who turns to us, because they deserve it. They shouldn't have to leave this valley and go 4 hours north or south because they think it's going to be better. I'm very fortunate to be able to impact that and make people have what they need in their own backyard.
Healthy, and that's just the best thing, and that's where it starts, is with the healthiness. Thank you so much. Amazing story right there. Well, coming up, we're going to introduce you to our final nominee and show you why she is just so remarkable. Stay tuned, guys. We're not done yet.
Join KSEE 24 and Exceptional Parents Unlimited at the 31st Annual Fiesta de los Niños, Saturday, May 4th at the Grand on the Bluff. Miracles happen when we support families in our community. Get your tickets today at epuchildren.org, presented by Calviva.
I was just crossing the street when that school bus hit me.
If you've been in an accident and suffered a serious injury, you need to get an attorney that will help you get what you deserve.
Call BD&J today at 1-800-820-1111.
With 3 generations of roofing experience, Lightning Roofing can handle any situation in a flash. From installation to maintenance and repairs, Lightning Roofing has you covered no matter what kind of roof you have. Pay as low as $99 a month. Lightning Roofing, we've got you covered.
Organizations that encourage diversity in the workplace and assist a diverse group of job seekers are entitled to be placed on a distribution list to receive information from KSEE24 regarding KSEE24 job openings. If your organization would like to be placed on our list, please fax your request to 559-860-0107. Please include a contact name, organization name, full address, phone, and fax number. Job seekers can find current job openings at yourcentralvalley.com. KSEE24 is an equal opportunity employer.
Neuropathy can be a dark place with constant pain and suffering. Symptoms can include numbness, pain, tingling in your hands, legs, and feet, or balance issues. Neuropathy could result in confinement to a walker, wheelchair, or even amputation. Lyrica, Cymbalta, gabapentin, and dangerous opioids only mask the pain. They never fix the problem. Finally, there is a solution. Innovative Medical Center, a leader in neuropathy reversal, uses FDA-cleared non-invasive therapy to restore nerve function with no drugs and no surgery. The treatments have a 90% success rate, and Innovative Medical Center has patients who drive from hundreds of miles away for relief. We do a series of neurological tests such as sensitivity to touch, sensitivity to sharp and dull sensations, sensitivity to hot and cold, and thermal imaging to help identify the damage. Call today to schedule your $49 neuropathy consultation. Start living a pain-free life.
With 64 Darrow's Mini Storage locations, we make it possible to store your memories and keep your secrets secret. Darrow's has you covered since 1963.
KSEE24 News is brought to you in part by Fresno Unified School District. This is Remarkable Women.
Well, our next Remarkable Women nominee is Miss Nina Clancy. Nina herself is the founder of 3 Montessori schools in the Visalia area and has just done so much more to make an impact in the community through her empathy and compassion. Here's her story. Take a look.
When she arrived to Visalia back in the early 80s, Nina Clancy had a goal to make her community and local children better. It was in 1981 she, alongside her friend Ann Hoffman, opened up the first Montessori school in the region.
I met Ann and decided that we would start Greenhouse Montessori School and started in a little house on Chynoweth, just a couple of blocks from here.
After the success of that, next came 2 more, a place to grow and Visalia Montessori.
I think we had 6 kids when we started, and those kids are now 46.
Nina, who's worked in education, understands kids thrive in an environment that teaches them how to use their natural thinking. The schools provide them with collaborative play and engagement through curiosity. She feels Montessori schools provide a safe space for learning and allows kids to thrive while shying away from traditional learning styles.
That they were seen, that they were heard, that they were loved, and they're perfect just the way they are.
And it doesn't stop there for Clancy. She's been an established member of the Rotary Club for the Central Valley region for years now. It's given her the opportunity to extend her services to other projects beyond the valley. One journey taking her all the way to Africa.
Thing in Nigeria, Safe Blood Africa, first freestanding blood bank.
Her wisdom has also taken her to other regions of the world. She led fundraising in Thailand to help over 20 communities have clean water and proper sanitation.
You have to live in the moment. You can't think about what happened this morning, what's going to happen tomorrow, what you have to do later. Just live in that moment and see children, truly see children.
You can still find Clancy lending a helping hand today at her Montessori schools. She says that passion will never stop.
Well, Nina joins us now, and she herself was nominated by Jameson Kaufman. Now, looking back at that story, we met about a couple months ago, and it's so exciting to see you back here, and you just really left an imprint on me. But let's talk about, I know a lot of your background, but go ahead and talk to me how it got from start to finish in terms of teaching students here.
As far as teaching, it started when I was 9 and would go to all my classroom teachers at the end of the school year and ask for all their charts. And then I'd play school in the neighborhood, and for 25 cents a day, I'd babysit all the neighbor kids, about between 9 and 10 kids, and do that. And then when there wasn't a Montessori school, when we moved to Visalia, I met another woman that was a Montessori trained teacher, and we started the schools.
You guys did.
And that started in 1981 with 3 children, one of which was my 3.5-year-old son. And now he's 45. And there are 2 other schools and about 350 children.
And you know, Nina, I want to ask you, this is just so amazing, but when I went to visit you at the schools, it was so much hands-on learning, and you talked to me so much about the benefits of life skills. So talk to me why it's so important to teach our local kids that.
Oh, we were just talking with the other women a few minutes ago, and I think one of the things that teaching kids how to solve problems, instead of me being the person, I went back to teach kindergarten this year at 78. I got kind of bored and decided this would be a fun year, and it's been delightful. But the thing that I'm finding is teaching children how to be responsible for their own behaviors, solving their own problems, and teaching them those skills. And actually, how to clean a sink, how to mop the floor, how to sweep.
How to do those everyday things. And you know, it just can go on and on, but I have something really important to tell you. Are you ready for it? So you are our remarkable woman for local news in 2024. Thank you so much. And I'm going to give you a hug right now because I'm so excited because you are
I'm excited. I'm excited.
Amazing job. You inspire. And I want to bring out all these fabulous ladies right now for all the hard work that they do.
Congratulations. Oh, thanks.
And we're actually bringing out some of the amazing people that nominated you folks, and we have a little gift for some of you ladies. Some flowers. And I just want to take the time to say all the work you guys do is absolutely amazing. Keep it up, and you're an inspiration to all of us here in the local community. And then charity of your choice you would like to give to.
The Lana Foundation. And the Lana Foundation is a Fresno foundation started to support the hill people above Chiang Mai in Thailand. And I was in Thailand 14 months ago, and the $1,000 I'm going to give because it will actually allow a girl to go to school for a year.
Wow.
The average age of marriage there is 12 to 13.
Wow.
But if they go to school, they wait till they're 18. So this will keep a girl from being married at 12.
That's what I'm saying. She just keeps going, everyone. That's the thing. I asked Nina when I met her, I was like, what else? And she goes, I don't know. I'm just going to take over the world. And I think that you can do it. And next stop is Los Angeles for the national competition. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you.
And let's give her a round of applause. And, you know, Nina, I want to leave you with this question. If you could leave a legacy here for some of your students, family, what's some advice you can give to someone to help them start a nonprofit or a school or anything like that?
Anything you can think of is possible. You just have to take that first step. I heard other women here saying that. That's what all of us have done, is that we see a need and we make it happen. So find your connectors in the community. There's always someone. I'm in Visalia. Anybody ready to start a nonprofit? I'm ready.
And she's ready. That's the thing, is she's absolutely ready.
So it just
don't be afraid to start.
Don't be afraid to start. Don't be afraid to fail. Just take the step.
And have the best attitude ever. Again, thank you ladies so much for stopping by today. All 4 of you are remarkable. So let's go and give them another round of applause. Thank you guys so much for stopping by.
Love meeting you.
All right, that does it for us for our Remarkable Women Special. You all have a great rest of your day. We'll see you tomorrow during sunrise.
Education matters at KSEE 24, and we're dedicated to bringing you inspirational stories of students finding new ways to strive for success. Watch these Education Matters stories now at yourcentralvalley.com. Just click Education.
Attention homeowners, the winter has been hard on your